So this is Geyser Grotto. I can barely see with all the steam.
We have to hurry. There's no time to lose. You.
Is everything okay? You're not yourself. It's Yoko, isn't it? What's so dangerous about this place?
It's just, dangerous. We have to find her, and quickly, come on. You, cool it. There won't be anyone to save Yoko if we get ourselves killed being careless. Hustle, don't hurry. Remember? Take a deep breath, then we can take action. Right, sir. Over there!
I am the sword of the brave mortal. Thou, who wouldst seek ultimate power, art thou prepared to pay the ultimate price?
We are. With your power, finally Father will accept Anisama as his true son. And we can live together forever and ever. For such happiness, there is no price we would not pay.
So be it. Take me into thy hand, mortal.
Yoko, stop!
My power is now thine, brave one. And in return, I shall claim that which thou holdest most dear.
What? No! His arm! What have you done to Anisama's arm?
Thou didst say any price. And so I have claimed from the one dearest to thee that which he did hold most dear. Know this, mortal. Great power comes at great cost.
This cannot be!
No! No! No!
Iskatua! You!
The price claimed by the Sword of the Brave was the sword arm of Yoko's dear brother. This shocked her, but not me. Why? Because I had seen it happen before. I had a big brother too. A half-brother, to be precise. He was a great swordsman. I was a bookworm. We couldn't have been more different, but we were as close as brothers can be. Strong, wise, and gentle, he was the perfect leader for the three Cavaliers, and my hero. One day, he would inherit House Geniolja, and the very thought filled me with joy. Until that fateful day, when Father named me as his heir.
He asserted my brother's lineage to be inferior. The words were meaningless to me. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But Father wasn't done speaking. He gave my brother a final demand. If you would prove yourself to me, fetch me the blade that cleaves all. Bring me the sword of the brave, and I may yet see fit to call you son. That, or be gone from my sight forever. My brother only nodded and walked away. He intended to obey Father's command and leave our home. Nothing made sense to me. We'd always been together. How could he just leave? And so, I made up my mind. I would find this sword of the brave. Day and night, for 6 months, I scoured books of history and legend. I spoke to scholars, sages, and seers. I even sought out unsavory occultists. Finally, I was able to track down the blade, and so I set off on my own.
I am the sword of the brave, mortal, the blade that cleaves all. Thou, who wouldst seek ultimate power, art thou prepared to pay the ultimate price?
Yes, I am. With your power, finally Father will accept my brother as his true heir. My brother will come home, and we can live together again, forever and ever. For that, I'd pay anything.
So be it. Take me into thy hand, mortal.
Stop! You!
Brother, why are you...
When I heard you were asking around about the Sword of the Brave, I had a bad feeling. That is no blade, you. It is a demon. Take it in hand, and there's no telling what price it will claim.
I don't mind. Don't you see? I'd pay any price for you.
Such resolve, brave one. My power is now thine. In return, I shall claim that which thou holdest most dear.
Brother! Brother! And with that, the sword of the brave vanished into the mists. I had accomplished nothing save to hurt the one person I loved more than anyone in this world. Far from inheriting House Genealgia, my brother's life as a knight was over. He vanished soon after, never to be seen again. The sword of the brave, that cursed blade, stole everything from us and cleaved our family asunder.
You! Can you hear me? You!
Magnolia?
Timothy, parbleu! We were worried sick about you.
I knew this would happen. All of it. And still... You knew? I'll tell you everything. It's a long story, and a painful one. But I want you to know. I'm sorry, you. What a burden. Foolishly thinking I could help my brother. Instead, I stole everything from him. So I did the one thing I could. I joined the Crystal Guard. I was named leader of the 3 Cavaliers, in what should have been my brother's place.
You...
I should have told you all sooner. But I was too much of a coward to face my past. And now, Yoko has suffered the same fate.
Oh, you... Yes, you are a naughty boy indeed, you. You would willingly put others at risk to conceal the sins of your past.
Yoko, is Danzaburo...
Oh, worry not. Anisama feels no pain. After all, he was not but a phantom of our creation. You mortals are so interesting. Peering into your hearts, plucking out long-forgotten threads of guilt and pain and fear. Oh, it is such good sport. What? But no, the true fun starts from there. What is a man to do when confronted with the truth that his whole life has been a lie? Can he accept the pain, the ugliness, the sin? Will the truth change him for the better, or will it destroy him? That is what I would see. Miguel! How dare you! You as a person, not some toy for your amusement! Did I upset you? And here I merely thought to help the boy become a man. Oh. But you isn't the only one with demons to face, is he? You, who let your poor brother die, has finding a new little brother freed you of your guilt?
What?
And you, who saw your beloved home crushed to ruins, does busting balls help you forget those who died? This monster! How can you say such things? But you, yes, you are the most interesting one of all. So simple on the surface, but if I may touch something deeper.
Hands off her, you fiend! India, are you all right?
Alternate?
I remember you. You were with the Grand Marshal.
Dark Knight. Alternus Dim.
You are a menace to this world. If you so much as think of hurting India, I will cleave you in two.
Oh, would you now? And with that hint of what you face, mortal, run off and whimper in some corner.
I will defend India, no matter what I face.
Haven't you some nerve? Very well. Let us peek at what dark secrets lie behind your mask. Well, aren't you full of surprises?
What's so funny, fiend?
Yours has been a life of many troubles. Most interesting indeed. Yes, I will be watching you, all of you, with great interest. You have amused us today. We would return the favor. This Kaiser that you seek, do you not wonder what his true aim is? Travel to the Temple of Fire, and all will become clear. There is a tunnel leading there from this very cave. We suggest you go quickly. She's gone?
What on earth? We were powerless.
Alternus, are you hurt? Oh, that wound. Oh, we have to stop the bleeding. Hold on, Alternus.
I am fine. I'm just glad I wasn't too late.
By the way, Alternus, I was wondering...
The Grand Marshal is safe. Worry not. He is in no shape to fight, but his life is in no danger.
Oh, thank you. To hear it from you... Oh. Thank you, Alternus.
I had heard the rumors, but I did not think them true. You returned to us, Tis Aurier.
Yes, thanks to Idia and my new friends here.
Isn't it amazing? No one can believe it. If only you know who could be here too.
Yes, indeed.
There we go. All patched up and ready to go. That's an Idia special. Well, aren't you gonna say thank you?
Thank you.
You really saved our behinds, showing up when you did.
You'll join us to save Her Holiness, won't you?
What is it?
Forgive me, Idia. I sense great danger in that creature. I must go after her.
Don't worry, I understand. We'll go to the temple and stop the Kaiser. You do what you have to do.
Thank you, Idia. Be safe.
The source of all flames in our world. The four great crystals, fire, wind, earth, and water, bless Luxemdark and its people with their gifts.
At least now they do. It wasn't so long ago that all four were consumed by darkness. The wind stilled, the seas fouled and turned corrosive, mountains spewed endless fire, and the earth divided nations and people. So we journeyed with Agnes, she was the Vestal of Wind back then, to free the crystals and set things right again. No wonder everyone we meet keeps calling you heroes.
Yoko said that if we came here, we'd learn the Kaiser's true goal. It might concern the crystal. Let's see before it's too late.
Is the fire crystal? I can just feel the energy pouring out. It's astounding.
It certainly is overwhelming. but I don't see any sign that the Kaiser's been here.
Yeah. It isn't wrapped in darkness or anything like that either. Everything looks just fine.
No, wait a minute. Something's definitely wrong. The crystal's light is too strong. It's out of control.
Out of control?
The crystals shine by virtue of prayer. But prayer in excess will cause a crystal to run out of control. If all 4 crystals run amok, our world will be linked to another, tearing open a great chasm in that world.
A great chasm?
If that's the Kaiser's goal, we have to stop him, at all costs.
But if the fire crystal has already gone berserk...
Well, come to think of it, ever since we started following the Skyhold, each of its destinations has been home to a crystal. The Temple of Earth in Eternia, Ansheim's Temple of Wind, and now the Temple of Fire.
Are we too late? But wait, something doesn't add up. Only a Vestal can commune with the crystals. And the only Vestal left is... Agnes.
Then how? Your Holiness, have you seen anything?
I'm afraid I know nothing.
Is something the matter?
I'm fine. I just feel a bit under the weather. Are you okay? I think perhaps the chestnut jelly I just ate had gone bad. It had been out for a while, but I couldn't very well just throw it away. Did it still taste all right? Yes, it was delicious, but I should have been more careful. I'm sorry. Don't feel bad, Agnes. I'd have done the same thing. But now is not the time to worry about me.
Right. About the crystals.
Since the passing of the Vestals of Earth and Fire, and Olivia, the Vestal of Water, no new Vestals have taken their place.
Which means Your Holiness is the only person left who can commune with the crystals.
Correct. And I can assure you I've done no such thing this time. Why, the mere thought... Oh, I will not make that mistake again.
Agnes. Thank you. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
I think I will. I'm sorry. Even Agnes is at a loss.
But still, if the Kaiser's goal is truly to drive all 4 crystals out of control, there's still one he's yet to visit.
The water crystal. We need to get to Florum.
You're not going anywhere.
You!
Finally figured out what we're up to, huh, you? Give the kid a cookie. Too bad it's too late to stop us. The earth, wind, and fire crystals are already running wild, and the water crystals within our grasp.
So it's true. You intend to pierce the boundary between worlds.
And what if we are? You gonna stop us? Even if it means killing me?
You bet we'll stop you.
You don't sound so sure of yourself, but that's nothing new. Be as wishy-washy as you want. Doesn't change my job. I'm here to cut you down and settle the score once and for all. Let's finish this.
What's the matter, you? You aren't gonna beat me that way. You were always too soft. Remember our old fencing lessons?
Yeah, I remember. The moment you start worrying about your foe, you're dead. But you weren't always my foe, Jan. At least tell me this. Why are you trying to break the boundary between worlds?
Isn't it obvious? To end this rotten world. Then we can start over from the beginning. When the 4 crystals run amok, the world we know will die. And a new world will be born in its place. Finally got you to fight for real. You? But that still won't cut it.
Jan! A fall from this height.
Let's go, everyone. We have our own job to do. The Kaiser must be stopped. Onward to Florum. right, everyone. Let's make for Florum.
Right. We have to get to the Temple of Water before the Kaiser can get his hands on the crystal.
But how? Master's leaky old dinghy's taken us about as far as it can go.
We'll have to cross open seas to reach Florum. Maybe we can ask about a more reliable vessel in Unohana.
Great idea, sir. It sits right on the ocean. Surely they'd have ships to charter.
Oh, and I was looking forward to feeling the waves on my face again. Yeah, you're the only one. You guys are no fun. My, is your hand bothering you, Your Majesty?
It is nothing. I have left that far in the past. The past, the future, and all that comes between. I deny it all.
A moment of your time, Your Majesty. Jan has not returned. I would request permission to see to his whereabouts.
Your Majesty, the Blazing Wolf's not going to be happy about being treated like a pup. Besides, I believe we have more important matters to attend to.
Anna is right. Set a course for the Temple of Water.
Your Majesty, if you would at least let me...
I think I'm going to have to deny that. No offense, Your Majesty.
You return.
Angelo Oscar Vincenzo Olivier Panettone, Patissier non perel, at your service. Or something. What say you let me take a crack at cleaning up those meddlesome crumbs?
Intriguing. But why you, Angelo? You would seek revenge for Amy?
Revenge? Hardly. Just because that foul-mouthed tart had a thing for me, why should I give two whisks about her? Useless to the end, that woman. Couldn't even hold a simple bridge.
Awfully talkative today, aren't we? If I didn't know better, I'd say the loss of your girlfriend has really put a fly in your batter.
Very well. Do as you wish. But we will not wait long. Should you fail, do not bother reporting back.
Whatever you say, boss. Your Majesty. I'll be going now, then. With me, ladies.
Forever and ever, Chef!
Your Majesty, surely it would be wiser to send me, your loyal lieutenant, instead of these...
I'll go take a nap, old man. I have everything under control. Or maybe you could join your sweet little Pope for high tea. Don't think I haven't noticed you sneaking sweets into her cell. It'd almost be touching if it didn't make me sick.
The gall!
Sitting here in the sun, eating dumplings, for a moment you can almost forget that the world is in danger. Huh? What's the matter, you? You look troubled.
It's nothing, really. Just that whenever I look away for a moment, I seem to end up with fewer dumplings. It's a real mystery. Wouldn't you say, Idia?
Did you say something?
And see? I turn back this way and once again, fewer dumplings. Such an enigma. Isn't it, Magnolia?
Indeed. An enigma.
Did you hear that, my dear Whitson? This has all the makings of a case! Right you are, Sholmes.
Huh?
The owner of those dumplings reports that each time he looks away, his dumplings go missing, one after the next.
Yes, it looks like we have a serial dumpling napper on our hands, Sholmes.
Are the dumplings being abducted for monetary gain or out of personal spite? Or is there some hidden tragedy behind it? Quite the conundrum.
What's with those two? Another plate of dumplings here, please? And some more of that strong brewed tea, too. And the same here, please. They do seem quite the odd couple.
Sholmes, it's almost time for you to be going.
I say so it is. Blast these interviews.
So who do you hope will recruit you? The hard-boiled police inspector or the sharp-witted private investigator?
To be frank with you, old chum, I have not been able to decide. One of those, wallaby mochi, if you please.
I believe that's wallaby mochi, Sholmes. And I'll have the same. At any rate, how fortunate you are to have the choice. Really, what a family you come from. This inspector from the municipal police is related to you in some way, didn't you say?
Yes, good Uncle Heinkel. Now Inspector Argent Heinkel, to be precise.
Idio, what's the matter?
And that private investigator, too. Kunoichi Kikyo, the silent sleuth, as her fans describe her. She's from your mother's side of the family, is she not?
What?
Oh, a drink! A drink!
Here you are, sir. Stay with us.
I'm sorry, but would you mind keeping it down?
Are you kidding me? Do you expect me to keep my mouth shut after hearing something like that? Heinkel and Inspector. Kikyo and Private Eye, for reals?
Just who are you fellows? Oh, I say, this wallaby mochi is marsupialicious.
Soames, so this is where you've been hiding. I'm afraid I'll have to postpone our interview today.
Argent Heinkel, holder of the Knight Asterisk. As erstwhile captain of the Eternian Sky Knights, he was once Idia's commanding officer, a hardened warrior, dedicated to his cause, and trusted by those who serve him. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
Inspector Heinkel, pray tell, what is the matter? You look positively aflutter.
There's been a homicide in Stockfort.
In other words, a murder!
Isn't that what I just said? Never mind. Do you want to help or not? You can't have anything else planned.
Heinkel, what's going on?
Idia? You heard us, didn't you? I'm busy with an investigation. Idle questions can wait. I'll be going ahead, Sholmes. I'll see you at the crime scene.
Something just came flying.
A kunai, and with a note tied to it, no less. Quickly, let us examine the evidence. Asked to investigate Starkford murder. Must delay meeting. Kikyo. Aunt Kikyo!
Konoe Kikyo, the silent Kunoichi, holder of the Ninja Asterisk. Idia encountered her in Heartschild when Kikyo served as a key member of the Black Blade's covert forces. Too shy to express her thoughts to others face to face, this woman of many masks hides great secrets within her silence. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
Dear Aunt Kikyo, won't you ever speak to me directly? But never mind that. Come, Whitson, her case calls.
Right you are, Sholmes.
Hold up. Can someone explain what is going on? Argent Heinkel, Knights Captain of the Eternian Sky Knights, is now a hard-boiled inspector in the Unohana PD. And Kikyo, lethal assassin of the Black Blades, is now famous as the Silent Sleuth?
Things certainly have changed. And what about those other two?
Oh, Sholmes and Whitson? They said they were members of a sleuthing club.
A sleuthing club? So they're private investigators too?
Not quite. Apparently it was a school club, but they've kept at it since graduating. They're just playing detective.
Give me a break. Aren't they both older than me?
Oh, but that Sholmes fellow comes from quite the family. His grandfather was a world-famous private detective. His father is a police commissioner, and his mother is a celebrated mystery novelist. What's more, his aunts, uncles, and cousins are all involved in solving crimes one way or another. What a pedigree.
So, what should we do, Idia?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Well, I mean, as the Eternian representative in the party.
I was afraid you'd mention that. They said they were going to Starkfort, didn't they? Come on, guess we are too.
Idia, you're late.
I'm sorry, sir. We were just... Wait. Why am I in trouble?
Miss Idia, forgive me. I did not realize that you were acquainted with my dear Uncle Heinkel and Aunt Kikyo.
Don't worry about it. Just don't tell me about any more of your relatives.
Now then, allow me to bring you up to speed. The victim was one Lord Earl Gulliver, famous around these parts for his considerable wealth, real well known. He was alone in this room when he was stabbed in the back by an unknown assailant. He appears to have died on the spot. These three here claim to have discovered the body simultaneously. First, we have Lord Gulliver's wife, Madame Golddigger. Next, the current landowner of Starkfort, Mr. Landlesser. And finally, Lord Gulliver's financial advisor, Noah Interest of Eisenbank.
The murderer is within our midst!
Soames, get yourself under control, or I'll do it for you.
So sorry, Uncle. I've just always wanted to say that.
So the three of you discovered Lord Gulliver's body simultaneously. Could you tell us the circumstances?
We came to inspect the property. My husband was interested in purchasing it as a vacation home. At first, we toured each floor together, Earl, myself, and these two, until we reached this top floor. That is, my husband, a military history buff, became so enamored with this room that he showed no sign of leaving.
And so we escorted the madam down to the 5th floor to show her a bit more of the fort.
like a child in a candy store.
And why shouldn't he be happy? Why, to have such a young and beautiful wife at his age, Lord Gulliver is a lucky man indeed.
Now, if you would allow me, madam, it would be my pleasure to show you the 5th floor.
No, if you don't mind, I'd like to look around on my own a bit.
Of course. As you wish, milady.
The Lord's a real character, isn't he? To think of buying a gloomy fort like this as a vacation home. And his wife. A young woman wanting to be left alone in this kind of place. She's an odd duck herself.
Well, I'll have not a bad word to say about either if they take this place off my hands.
Indeed.
Oh, back so soon, milady?
Yes, I've seen more than enough. Is my husband still upstairs?
Engrossed in the ambiance of the fort, no doubt. What say we go rouse him from his reverie?
And so no one had gone in or out of this room that whole time? If so, that would practically make this a bona fide locked room mystery.
Indeed so. Mr. Lesser and I were standing at the base of these stairs the entire time.
Precisely. And no one went past us to reach the upper floor.
And the murder weapon.
This single-edged dagger here, it was found on the floor beside the victim. It matches up to the stab wound as well.
I've got it! The murderer must have prepared a weapon of solid ice, which he or she then used to deal a blow to Lord Gulliver's head.
Genius, Sholmes! Then the ice would have melted, leaving us with no murder weapon.
The cause of death was clearly the stab wound. I'll thank you not to muddy our investigation with frivolous conjecture, Sholmes.
My dear Whitson, have a look at this rope.
Brilliant, Sholmes. Surely the murderer used this rope to lock off the room after escaping.
That's our rope, you fools! It says YHPD right on it!
Do you see that there? A dying message. The murderer is Whit. Whitson, you couldn't have.
Sholmes, you know I would never.
Just having a laugh at your expense, old chum.
I hate to say it, but aren't those two just getting in the way?
You do well to ignore them. His parents begged me to give him a chance. I suspect it was much the same for you, Kunoichi Kikyo Pi.
To think that you became a private investigator. Well, I guess it's no more surprising than Heinkohl working for the police. So tell me, how does the silent sleuth see this case? As talkative as ever. That's some trick to pull off an investigation without ever opening your mouth.
All we know at present is that the victim was stabbed in the back with no sign of any struggle. We can assume that the murderer was someone close to the late lord, which rules out Mr. Lesser, as the two had only just met today. However, that fat banker might be a different story. Mr. Entrus is worth looking at, as of course is the young wife. She has the most obvious motive, but we have no actual proof, not to mention how she could gain entry.
Lavash.
That is simply astounding. I've never heard anyone speak so rapidly. It's like she didn't even stop to breathe.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it never fails to leave an impression.
Sholmes, she spoke.
Right you are, old chum. I dare say we have just experienced the Silent Sleuth's ninja power. Breathtaking.
But Kikyo, do you really think she could kill him in one go with those skinny arms?
Quite so. Aunt Kikyo, there must be another suspect hiding beneath this very...
You! Zip it! You know, Kikyo, the murderer must have been a pretty skilled assassin to pull this off. Someone as skilled as, say, you?
What?
Lord Gulliver was stabbed right through to the heart. To deal such a blow with a rusted and neglected knife, such as this one here, would surely take 2 hands and the full weight of a body behind it. Yet look at this. The silver blade is discolored and there's purple mottling at the base of the neck. Evidence that the blade was coated with some kind of poison. All the murderer had to do was scratch Gulliver's skin, and here, this cut on the victim's leather belt shows that there was at least one missed strike, a derelict weapon, a wasted poison, a needlessly difficult method of killing. In short, this murder was no experienced assassin, but a rank amateur.
Right, not at all your style. I'm sorry for suggesting it. Which leaves us with the wife as the prime suspect after all.
Madam Golddigger, I'm afraid we'll need to take you into custody as a material witness.
You mean as a suspect? Oh, ridiculous! I didn't do it!
I can understand why you might say that. Madam, I do not enjoy using force. I suggest you come along quietly.
What insight, what acumen, to determine so much from a single knife! It pains me to discount my uncle's work, but there is nothing so impressive as the instincts and deductions of a private investigator. Do you not agree, my good Whitson?
That's all we've learned about Lord Gulliver, sir. Carry on, then. We need to determine the motive, whether it was monetary or some personal grudge. Next.
Inspector Heinkel, sir. We searched the walls from top to bottom, but found no evidence of any secret passages.
You gave them each a good whack, I trust?
A good what?
I'm asking whether you were thorough enough to give the walls a good hard knock or not.
No, sir.
Then don't say you searched top to bottom. Get some more men and start knocking walls before I knock you one in the head. Leave not a single stone unturned. I want every inch of this fort searched.
Yes, sir.
Uncle, I must say, my deductions have led me to believe that the murderer must have hidden beneath...
Oh, we have work to do, Sholmes. Try not to get in the way, will you? How about you, Adia? Have you noticed anything odd?
I'd say the banker and the landowner both strike me as a bit suspicious.
You think so, hmm? Well, what have we found out?
Sir, we did a background check on Mr. Lesser, but found nothing particularly noteworthy. He seemed quite pleased with the prospect of having Lord Gulliver take both the land and the building off his hands. The same for the banker, Mr. Noah Entrust. He stood to gain nothing from Lord Gulliver's untimely death.
Any ties between the two?
None. They say that today was their first time meeting one another.
If those two weren't in cahoots, then this really is a locked room case. We've found no evidence to identify a suspect definitively. But if we consider motive alone...
The one who would benefit most from Lord Gulliver's death would be his wife, who stands to inherit all his massive wealth.
True, but would she really try something so obvious?
So you thought so too. Let's look into her story without any preconceived notions. Listen, men, every shred of evidence we gather brings us one step closer to catching our perp. A formal investigation is painstaking and laborious. But if we're thorough in the task, we will surely bring the culprit to justice.
Yes, sir.
What command! What presence! Now that is what true detective work is all about! Sorry, Aunt Kikyo, but I think the Force is the place for me to lead an investigative team. Oh! Surely you agree, my dear Whitson? The poor woman. Material witness or no, to be confined to the very room in which one's husband was brutally murdered.
At least she should be safe, with the room being locked and all.
Keep watch on Madame Golddigger. No one comes up or down these stairs, got it? Sholmes, what do you two intend to do?
We thought to examine this floor in further detail.
By Jove, I think I've got it!
What?
Sorry. I just had the sudden urge to say that.
Ugh. The rest of you come with me. The lower floors need thorough inspection.
Huh? What happened to Kikyo?
Before we knew it, she had dashed off somewhere. Oh, and she left behind this note.
Investigating downstairs. Maybe she has a lead. Oh, you're not with Sholmes?
We are fast friends and partners, but even we don't spend all our waking hours together. On a case, we stick to our own specialties and try not to interfere with each other's processes.
Your specialties?
Sholmes tends to rely on instinct and inspiration to make his deductions. I prefer to quietly analyze the details of a crime. I suppose we are both the products of our environments.
You also come from quite the family, huh? No less impressive than Sholmes, at least.
Oh, please, come off that. Sholmes' grandfather was a world-famous detective. Mine was a world-famous detective's aide. Sholmes' father became police commissioner, while mine was never promoted beyond lieutenant. His mother is a best-selling mystery novelist. Mine, a best-selling mystery novelist's assistant. Sholmes comes from a line of brilliant deductive geniuses, while I come from a line of glorified sidekicks. There are no Inspector Hankels or Silent Sleuth Kikyos among my relatives. Not that I'd expect the heirs to the houses of Lee and Jenny Olja to understand.
So what are you gonna do once Sholmes figures out his career path?
Who knows? I can only do what I can. Quietly, out of the spotlight.
I see. Sorry to interrupt your investigation.
He's almost like a different person when he's not together with Sholmes.
Oh, Miss Idia.
So, I hear your family is something else, Sholmes.
I wouldn't say that.
Really? Grandfather, a famous private detective? Father, a famous police commissioner? A best-selling mystery novelist for a mother? Not to mention Heinkel and Kikyo. I'd say that's pretty darn impressive.
Perhaps. Unfortunately, I'm far less so. To be honest, it's quite a burden. I had hoped the two of you might understand how I feel. The daughter of the Grand Marshal of Eternia, and the young heir to the illustrious House Genealogia.
know yourself best. So, what are you gonna do? Planning to enter the Unahana PD? Or is the life of a PI more for you?
They both have their own appeal, of course. Should I join the police, master the art of leading an investigation, and hone my innate leadership skills as I work toward the top? Or should I use the deductive genius I was born with to become a famous PI, solving cases that have baffled ordinary minds the realm over? Miss Idia, which do you think would be a better use of my considerable talents?
Well, when you put it that way, basically it comes down to whether you'd rather start your career working for Heinkel or Kikyo, right? I bet whoever you turned down would try and convince you to reconsider. With force.
Do you really think so? Both my aunt and uncle seem frustrated with my aimless nature. I've come to think that they might even be relieved to not have me follow in their footsteps.
You may be less of a self-important spoiled brat than I thought. That's some insight after all. I guess it does run in the family. My advice would be to just watch carefully how both Heinkel and Kikyo approach their work.
Observation is one of the most fundamental skills for any investigator, to be sure.
Don't give up.
Idia. I'll not be taking any ridiculous questions about why a knight like myself is now working for some backwater municipal police force.
Heinkel.
Do not worry. I have not betrayed your father's trust, nor have I turned my back on Eternia. My business is mine alone. Further prying will get no more out of me.
Murderer.
I would not object to telling you the tale, but now is not the time. I suggest you desist.
Inspector, you must see this, sir.
Understood. I'm on my way.
Heinkel.
What more can you have to pester me about?
Just, why are you still wearing that? I mean, you don't usually see a crime scene investigator in full plate armor.
Ha! Have you ever seen me in anything else? It'll take more than a job change to get me to lay these aside. Not to mention my great shield.
If you say so.
Sir!
Ah, can you simpletons go 1 minute without hounding me? What is it this time?
It's Madame Golddigger, sir. She's dead.
What's that you say?
I heard a noise and came running, but she was already cold.
Did she do this herself? A murder-suicide?
A fine mess this has become.
The madam is dead? Oh, say it is not so!
Madame Golddigger as well? But what about the sale?
That's hardly...
Is it true? Lord Gulliver's wife dead as well?
Whitson, quick to the scene, I see.
Everyone's already here but you, Sholmes.
So, Madame Golddigger is also dead. This is surely a case of murder!
And just why do you think that, Sholmes?
Call it a sixth sense? A flash of insight? A strong hunch? And it tells me now that the murderer is hiding beneath that table! Wait, huh?
come, Sholmes. Even for you, that's a bit... What's that?
A note. I shall follow where you go. Did Madame Golddigger write this?
She killed herself out of grief over the loss of her beloved husband?
No. This was surely planted by the murderer to lead us astray. A personal challenge from the true culprit.
Hang on. Where's the challenge in there?
There must be a hidden message. If we look at the first letter of each sentence...
There's only one sentence!
Oh, enough! We start the investigation from the top. Yeah, what a miserable day.
Heinkel, how sure are we that this room is really secure?
We've been over every inch and found not a single hidden passage. It's a sealed chamber if I ever saw one.
Kikyo, you stayed here when you were with the Black Blades, didn't you? How well did you all know the fort?
When I was stationed here as part of the Black Blades' covert forces, I knew every hidden passage in this fort. It appears, however, that there have been renovations since then, which could very well mean...
All right, listen up. I want you to go over every square inch of this room with a fine-tooth comb. Leave no stone unturned.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Uncle Heinkel. We'd like to have a word with you.
What is it this time, Sholmes?
I just thought, perhaps we should consult with Mr. Lesser. He is the owner of the fort.
Not bad.
Renovations? I'm afraid any such work would have occurred before I acquired the property.
But you should have records showing the name of the former owner, yes? The one who carried out said renovations?
Yes, I believe I do.
I thought as much. Just as you should have records of the two of us working here. Isn't that so, Whitson?
That's true enough.
I remember it well. We were still students then. It was the best pay we'd ever gotten.
Why, yes, it was.
You heard the man. Go to Mr. Lesser's office and bring me the names of everyone involved with the renovation work.
Yes, sir.
Not too shabby, Sholmes. You might have what it takes to pull off an investigation. With careful police work and keen instinct, both.
I wonder. In truth, I still can't decide. Am I best suited to the life of an inspector, tirelessly pursuing criminals through steady, thorough investigation? Or am I destined to become a genius detective, using logic and inspiration to track down the most evasive criminal masterminds?
You gotta pick one, huh? I think you should follow in Heinkel's footsteps. You'd make a great inspector. Now's not the time for you to be running around on your own as a private eye, with nothing to guide you but your hunches. Start off by working with people who have experience. learn the ropes of how to investigate, then go from there. If you do that, I bet you'll make a great inspector someday.
Why, yes. When you put it that way, it's elementary. I'll train to become an inspector under my dear Uncle Heinkel's tutelage.
Kikyo?
I was asked by your parents to help you find a job. A sheltered little fool I barely have any ties to, but still I agreed to watch over you, even though I would rather do anything else. And this is how you repay me, you ingrate?
Kikyo?
And you. I knew you had more muscles than brains, but are you truly so foolish as to think that you could suggest that Sholmes become an inspector and it wouldn't end with you battling me, idiot?
Give me a break. The silent sleuth ninja Konoe Kikyo appears. That's what you want to say, right? So let's get on with it already. Let's finish this!
So I lost to you. Who'd have thought you were this strong?
Who are you?
The game is up, Whitson. There's no place for you to run.
What?
You hoped that I wouldn't follow my Uncle Heinkel in his line of work. You didn't want a formal investigation to uncover the truth, that you were here at this very fort 2 years ago. That you knew of a certain feature of this fort, and that you...
Let us end this charade.
Whoa!
When all you had was a laughable dream of becoming a private investigator, I could turn a blind eye. But when you finally gave up your ridiculous posturing and did some real detective work, you became quite the nuisance.
What have you done with Kikyo?
I don't have to answer to you. If you care so much, find her yourself.
Get back here! A secret passage.
So this is how the perpetrator... And so they found the real Kikyo bound up in another of the fort's hidden corridors?
That's right. I'm just relieved she wasn't hurt.
Sholm says she was lured out by a false promise of information, then taken captive.
But in the end, we still don't know the truth of what happened?
Well, thanks to Inspector Heinkel's investigation, several facts have come to light.
Lord Gulliver's murder was the sole work of Madame Goldigga, who was after his fortune from the beginning. She heard about the hidden corridor from Whitsun. Apparently those two have a history together.
She just happened to hear about it?
Whitsun mentioned the corridors when Lady Goldigga told him that her husband planned to purchase Starkford. Perhaps he also mentioned how ideally suited it was for staging the perfect murder.
A murder she then decided to carry out.
Whatever he knew or didn't know, Whitsun hurried to the crime scene under the pretense of investigating with Sholmes. Then Madame Goldigga misread his intentions, thinking he was there to help her. She tried over and over to get him on her side. In the end, she even tried threatening him, though we'll never be sure with what.
But what about the note we found? I shall follow where you go.
There were quite a few theories flying around about that note, weren't there? The Madam might have written it, or...
The truth seems to be that Lord Gulliver wrote that note himself.
He did?
I guess coming to Starkford and getting caught up in its history sparked the creative urge in him. That note was from a novel he was working on. They found the continuation of it with the rest of his belongings.
Oh, so it was just a red herring.
Forgive me. It's my fault for jumping to conclusions like I did.
Apologizing for a bad hunch? Who are you, and what did you do with the real Sholmes?
I'll take that as a compliment. Inspector Heinkel has been teaching me what it means to truly be a part of a real investigative team.
Sholmes, we have a case!
Yes, sir?
Go cordon off the scene and begin collecting evidence. I'll get there as soon as I can.
Yes, sir!
Crack that whip, Heinkel. Looks like you have some high hopes for him.
Well, as it turns out, his insight has proved quite invaluable to our investigations. The day might even come when he's the one ordering me around.
You don't seem too upset about that.
If you'll excuse me, I'm due at the scene. I can't let that sniveling little upstart think he's in charge quite yet. Be well, Idia.
It seems you chose well, Idia. Everything's working out wonderfully.
Yep. Not bad if I do say so myself. And I'm relieved that I gave Sholmes good advice for his future, too.
Excuse me, can I get a soybean mochi and another cup of strong tea?
Make that 2.
1 for me, too. Let's make it 5 sets.
Coming right up!
But there's only 4 of... Oh.
So nice to see you again. Will you be staying the night, or are you just here for a quick bath? We have rose baths today. Every bath is filled with beautiful petals and exfoliating thorns.
That sounds great, Sakura. But actually, we could really use your help.
A ship, you say? I fear I'm just a humble stewardess. You should speak with Lord Arima.
Lord Arima?
Yes, the Lord of Yunohana. If you visit the castle, he should be happy to grant you an audience.
That makes sense. Thanks.
Well, let's go see if this lord has a ship for us.
Welcome, travelers. I am Kusatsu Arima IV, Lord of the Baths. Your arrival in our nation has made quite the splash. I hear it you fight the Empire. If you need anything at all, just say the word. I will happily pool my resources for you.
Thank you, your lordship. As a matter of fact...
A ship, you say? Why, that's as simple as soap and water. My favorite lacquered gondola is at the docks, adorned ornately with the Arima family crest. Please, think of it as your own.
Another rowboat. Actually, we were looking for something a bit more ocean-worthy and bigger.
That's one idea down the drain. And yet, I fear it is my only vessel. If only there were some way to... But no, that's impossible.
What's impossible?
Alas, an intractable clog. If you wish to venture into the open seas, I suggest you wait for a merchant vessel to call at port.
But how long is that going to take?
What are we gonna do?
Now, my friends, no need to get so lathered up. Come, let us nibble on something sweet, and we shall ponder this bubblesome issue together.
Did you say something sweet?
I did. It just so happens a traveling confectioner was recently drawn to our baths. He presented me with an offering of desserts, but I fear they will be too sweet for my sophisticated palate. Perhaps you will find them more to your liking.
Hey, I bet these are from that traveling pastry chef we met back in Heartschild.
What luck! Maybe he has a boat for us, too.
It's worth asking. They're all different. Let's each pick one, and then we can go look for him.
I don't care much for sweets either, so I'll just have whatever's left over.
Then it's just the three of us. First come, first served! Oh, they all look so yummy! I think I'll have un petit minute. What do you think you're doing? That's the one I wanted.
Settle down, you two. There's no use fighting over cake.
Right, let's unclench those fists now. No, you don't need to crack your knuckles.
I know. Why don't we let you decide who gets first dibs?
Good idea. I'm sure you will choose wisely. Won't you?
Murder girl. Why do I feel like I'm being sandbagged? You? I'm trusting you won't be swayed by any saucy wiles. Got it?
Right. Whatever you say. In that case...
gosh, really? I can go first? Okay, then. I'll take the mixed nut tart Nirvana. It looks really filling. Well, here goes nothing. Whoa! This is totally amazing. Seriously, it's to die for.
It's that good?
Oh yeah, believe you me, I can't quite describe it, but it's like eating an incredibly delicious forest. Eterni almonds, Eisennuts, Harina Stachios, Twilight walnuts, it's chock full of them. The greatest and tastiest nuts in all of Luxembourg, all in one incredible dessert. They're covered in this amazing buttery nougat. The whole thing is sweet and savory and nutty all at the same time. It's like my tongue's being tickled by trees.
Sir?
What's got into Tez? Man, oh man, that must be one serious tart to turn on old Tiz like that. Well, guess it's my turn. Wait, something's not right.
Tiz? Are you okay, sir? Tiz? No, something's definitely not right.
I've seen this look before. Of course, the people in Heartschild. There must have been something in that tart.
Bazooks! Could it have been poisoned?
I don't know, but we shouldn't eat anymore. Let's throw it out.
That's no way to treat my delectable delicacies.
I remember you. You're the pastry chef from Heartsfest.
What did you put in that tart?
No artificial ingredients, if that's what you're implying. Just pure, unadulterated genius. My creations don't just taste magical, you see. They have certain effects on the eater. These cakes include an extra dash of inspiration I added just for you. Taste and behold the result, my dear diners. A one-way ticket to heaven.
Huh? What's happening?
Sir?
I'm disappearing.
What? What did you do to him?
Didn't we just go over this? My cakes are so divine, anyone who tastes one is whisked straight off to heaven. Of course, in heaven you have no body, and you can't move or talk. I like to call it death by delicious.
You villain! Is this what you did to all those poor people in Heartschild too?
That's right, and they savored every moment.
Just who the heck are you anyway? Wait, I bet he's working for...
Angelo Ovio Panettone, patissier non parel. Charmed, I'm sure. Personal confectioner to the Kaiser, and proud owner of the patissier asterisk. My boss was sick of you meddling in his affairs, so here I am. Ladies!
Yes, Chef!
Right on cue. Now let's hear it. My sweets are...
To die for!
My face is...
To die for!
And these losers can...
Go to heaven!
It's time for dessert! Lick their plates clean! I am Angelo Panettone, holder of the patissier asterisk. By whisk and by spatula, I create a profusion of pastries, a symphony of sweets. The women of the world swoon at the taste of my delicacies and the sight of my face. You're the ones who took out Amy?
Wait, you're the darling she was going on about?
Don't remind me. Yes, she was fond of that word. But I assure you, I was not her darling. I show her a little bit of kindness, and the woman is hopelessly enamored with me. Not the first time that's happened, of course. But over and over, sweetie this, darling that. I can't stand the clingy types.
You're a real jerk, you know that? Can't you see that she loved you?
That's rich, coming from the kid who beat her in battle. You think I wanted to come all the way out here to play babysitter? Yet here I am, all because she couldn't take care of business. That woman continues to give me nothing but grief.
You cared about that girl, didn't you? Why else would you come looking for revenge?
Revenge? Is that what you think this is about? That girl was nothing more than a tool to me. Like my spatula. If my spatula broke, you bet I'd be annoyed.
I feel sorry for you. I really do. You had someone who loved you that much. And you're calling her a spatula.
You're really starting to get on my nerves. What do you know about me? What happened between Amy and I is our business. So shut up and die already! All my work, my genius ruined. My pride, my passion, that I suffer the same fate as that woman is just icing on the bitter cake of defeat. What are you waiting for? Finish me and end this cruel farce. But you don't want to dirty your spotless hands? To think I lost to the likes of you? Then you leave me no choice but to do the deed myself. Heaven, here I come!
What? No! Put down the cake!
This ring. It's that cheap trinket I gave Amy. There's a note tied to it?
To my sweet darling. If you're reading this, I guess it means I'm pushing up daisies. I'm sorry for letting you down. I was never good enough for you. But I loved you more than anyone in the whole wide world. Growing up in the woods, all I ever ate was roots and bark and wild animals and stuff. I didn't even know what cake was until we met. But that first bite I took, holy cow! I couldn't believe anything so sweet could exist in this world. So I decided I'd be sticking with you whether you liked it or not. If I hadn't have met you, I probably never would have seen the outside of those woods. You made my world a bigger place, darling. Thank you. Your sweet sugar cake, Amy. P.S. You want to know what made me happiest? When I slept in on Sundays and you made me your special pancakes. I'd give anything just to taste them again. So listen, if you ever loved me, even just for a second, do me one last favor. Stop fighting. Open the pancake shop instead. Then everyone in the world can be as happy as I was.
Sweet darling, 1,000 times I asked her. Even now, in my lowest moment of failure, she won't knock it off. Aggravating to the end. That woman.
Oh, where are you going?
Next time we meet, you'll get your just desserts. I'll serve you the best pancakes you've ever had.
Phew, he was one tough cookie.
Wait, aren't we forgetting something?
Oh, Vash! We never asked him to bring Tiz back from heaven!
Oh no, now what do we do?
This isn't good. And we don't even know which way he went.
You mean Tiz is stuck like this?
Oh, now he's panicking. I can't see him, but I can feel it.
Me too. We have to do something.
Well done, my noble friends. You washed the dirty scoundrel right out of our hair. It was a schwitz watching from my comfortable hiding spot, but I never saw a truer display of heroism. If not for your quick action, our peaceful nation would truly be in hot water. As a token of my eternal gratitude, I would bestow upon you a lifetime Yunohana Bathport.
A bathport?
Yes, like a passport, but with a B and a lisp. With it, you are free to make use of our baths whenever you wish.
That's very generous of you, your lordship, but we don't have much time for hanging out in hot springs. Wait a minute. Of course, the hot springs! The baths there are supposed to cure all ills. Maybe it'll work on Tiz too.
Are hot springs really that powerful?
It's worth a try. I'll go get a bucket of water. Here it is. Oh, that's hot.
Tiz must be around here somewhere. Just toss it wherever.
Okay, here it goes. Ow! Talk about hot! It worked!
It's a little scary how powerful that stuff is. But it's good to have you back.
You're telling me? Boy, I thought I was gonna be stuck like that forever.
There's nothing a good bath can't solve. Indeed, cleanliness is next to godliness. Now that that mess is all cleaned up, I insist you stay the night and enjoy our hospitality.
You know, a bath would be good right now. What do you say, everyone? That's the ticket.
Tell me about it.
Take a look at this, sir. I've been working out. 20 push-ups and 20 sit-ups every night. What do you think? Am I looking more manly?
You sure are. My routine is 50 each, morning and night, you know.
Wow, sir.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I heard all about your bravery from Lord Arima's valet. He tells me you saved our town.
Oh, no. We just did what we had to do.
That's not what I heard. I think you're being far too modest.
Well, it was a tough fight.
In any case, your dinner is ready. Please, enjoy it while it's still hot.
Oh, thank you. We'll just dry off and be...
Coming! Idia! Idia, your clothes!
Whew, now that was delicious.
No kidding. What a feast. I'm completely stuffed.
I'm so glad you liked it. It's always nice for a cook to know her efforts weren't in vain.
Wait, you made all this?
Oh yes, as the sole employee of this bathhouse, I'm responsible for everything. Cleaning the baths, managing the front desk, preparing the meals, whatever needs to be done.
Get out. That's amazing! You're like the Omega weapon of innkeepers!
Why, thank you. I think. It's nothing, really. Will you be retiring for the night soon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sleepy.
Lord Arima sent over a tremendous amount of yuzu, so I prepared yuzu baths for this evening. Perhaps you'd like to enter once more before turning in.
Yuzu baths? What's that?
Yuzu. It's a citrus fruit. You bathe with whole fruits floating in the water.
It will warm you to the bones, and it's wonderful for your skin.
That sounds lovely.
Well, I'd hate to miss the chance, so I think I'll try it out.
I would too, but I'm really beat. I think I'll hit the hay.
Me too. Oh, I might have overdone it. I gotta lie down and digest.
All right, see you later then. Whew, this is the life. The scent of yuzu is so refreshing. I could do this every night. Hey, Magnolia, are you there?
Yes? What is it?
I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. You know, about the flower, the moon, its customs. I really had no idea.
Don't worry about it. It was my fault for leaping to conclusions. I mean, of course you wouldn't propose to me on our very first meeting. Although, I really was happy. I even considered saying yes. Right then and there.
Well, really? But why?
It's a secret. But it wasn't quite love at first sight, if that's what you're thinking.
A secret? But you'll tell me someday, right?
Peut-être. I'll think about it. Too bad we can't stay like this.
Yeah. The Skyhold is still out there. That's our main worry. And we still need to find an ocean-worthy ship.
I wish we could do something for the people of Heartschild, too. We could bring the spring water to them, but it seems it's not as effective once it cools off.
And as long as they're in that gone-to-heaven ghost state, they aren't coming here. We can't take the hot springs to them, and we can't bring them to the hot springs. There must be a way.
You seem troubled, my young friends.
I know that voice. You're the man with the purple pen.
That's a curious name you've given me. Though I suppose it's better than stalker or ghost.
I've got another name for you if you want. Peeping Tom.
I assure you, I'd never dream of doing such a thing. My intentions are nothing if not noble. My only desire is to help Opportunities are like bean sprouts. Use them while you can, or they'll be spoiled before you know it.
Well, that sounds great. But what are you talking about?
Your ship is right before your eyes. Now you need only use it.
What? I don't see any ship.
Lord Arima's intractable clog. I've taken the liberty of tracting it. Anchors away.
Whoa! What the?
You? Magnolia? What the heck's going on?
Wasn't us. Honest.
What's with all the racket? I was having such a good sleep.
We were in the bath when the man with the purple pen showed up.
The man with the purple pen?
Yes, I heard him too. You mean he's here? In the bathhouse?
His voice was coming from upstairs. Let's check it out.
Wheel doing here? Don't tell me.
This is where it sounded like the man with the purple pen was.
Well, he's not here now. Where's he always off to so suddenly?
Bathing! She moves! Oh, how many years it has been!
Why, look at this room. I thought it was only for storing the linens.
Your lordship, Sakura.
To think there was a soul who could right her plumbing. Truly, my tub runneth over.
Your lordship, I beg of you, please lend us this vessel. We want to take its healing waters to Heartschild. If the water's still hot, we'll be able to cure the townspeople.
Not content to save our nation alone, you intend to scrub Heartschild free of its troubles as well? It would ill behoove me to throw a wet towel on your ambition. This vessel was the very rubber duck of Yunohana, but from this day forth, she belongs to you. After you have saved Heartschild, journey with her wherever you need to pull the plug on the Kaiser.
Thank you very bath. We shall-weren't let you down. All right, time to bring the hot springs to Heartschild.
This is a far cry from our old boat. Does anyone know how to pilot it? More or less.
Oh, someone's been studying.
Huh? Really? Oh, well, I'll figure it out. All right, I can do this.
Way to go, Idia.
Helm, set a course for Heartschild.
Aye, Captain! Bringing her about! Full steam ahead! So this is the coast of Hearts, child.
That's right. Hey, wait a minute. You're still on board.
Of course. Why wouldn't I be?
It's just that, we kind of get into a lot of dangerous situations.
Then all the more reason. I'll stay right here. On a perilous journey such as yours, you're bound to have aches and pains from time to time. When that happens, I'll be here to see you're as comfortable as possible. Does that mean you'll be cooking for us too? But of course, hot meals thrice daily. Now that's what I'm talking about! Nope, there's no one inside either. Everybody went to heaven.
Huh?
What's that sound?
It's coming from outside the city, and it's getting closer.
Sergeant Sapp, sir! We're almost at Hartschild, sir!
No thanks to this rat's a fracking machine! We should have been here days ago!
Don't be too hard on him, Sergeant Sapp, sir. He did his best to only overheat at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, sir.
We could have been the ones to take the city, too! Oh well, might as well mop up. Tear down the walls and level the place. And get a move on, or His Majesty will leave us behind.
Huh? Sergeant Sapp, sir, I think someone's coming this way, sir.
No matter. If they get in the way, just, level them too.
What is that? That's the Imperial insignia on it. What clunky, primitive technology.
It's so cool.
I know, right? It's so rustic and rugged looking.
You two, quit gawking and get ready to fight. It's coming for us.
Climb Mount Fragmentum 0002.
Sir, yes, sir! Increasing boiler temperature!
Don't lower it by mistake, Private, whatever you do. Got it? Eh? I mean it. Oh, jeez! Glory to the Empire! Preposterous! The pride of our army! Our next generation superweapon! Humbled by 4 mere gutter snipes!
Sergeant Sab, sir, a message from HQ. It went... Don't worry, I decoded it. Sky fold, diam, and T sails, fro, next object, I've, at dawn. Or something like that, sir. Return, post, faced, or be ab and dunned. Well, I don't want to be ab or dunned, sir. Furthermore, do not let unit fallen to any my F-ands. The end. Ands what? Talk about a cliffhanger, sir. Oh, wait, there's also something about a coward Meridial and a firing squid.
Ooh, then we got no choice. Pull the self-destruct lever!
But, sir...
Just do it! We can't let the weapon fall into enemy hands!
I can't do it, sir. The lever's broke clean off, sir.
Why, I'll break your... Fine. We'll drive the blasted thing back. About face!
Wouldn't it be faster if we walked? And what about my face, sir?
Just shut up!
Look at that thing clanking and clunking away. What a rust bucket. It's so cool.
I wish I had one.
Anyway, now that that's over, what do we do about Heartschild?
We'll need to douse every inch of the city, but how can we do that without the water getting cold? I know! We could spray the whole town at once with a great big shower!
Yeah, good idea. Let's do that. Idia, you get the giant shower and we'll wait here.
Murder. Why, you little...
No, it is a good idea. There's a fountain in the middle of town. If we just connect that to the bathhouse...
Nice thinking, sir.
Sir?
Don't jinx me.
Anyway, the pipe leading to the fountain should be right over there.
Great. Let's get to work.
Okay, that should do it.
All right, open the valve and start pumping.
Is it raining? But it's so warm. I can see everyone. And look, I can move again.
It worked! The townspeople are back to normal.
We brought the heart back to Heartschild. Good job, everyone. I'm in your debt again. Thanks to you, I'm feeling as good as ever.
We're happy to see you back on your feet, sir.
But now, he must return to the battlefield. Of course, I'm grateful that he's well again. It's just, a part of me can't help feeling sad as well.
I'm sorry, Eleanor, but I promise I shall return to you unharmed.
Oh, my love.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Getting awful steamy in here. And I ain't just talking about the hot spring.
I've never seen two people who care for each other so deeply. And yet, despite that deep love, their lives force them apart. He must protect the nation, and she must protect their home for when he returns. Their love is suffocated and crushed under the heavy weight of duty. Duty. Such a simple word. Yet it has the power to keep two loving souls apart. In the end, what does such a marriage mean? What is it all for?
Wow. What's gotten into Magnolia?
She seemed really affected by that conversation with the Goodmans.
Maybe being married means even more on the moon than it does down here on Luxembourg.
Still, I know how she feels. What I wouldn't give to experience true love like the Goodmans someday.
Does this mean you're about to launch into a monologue too?
Unacceptable.
All right, everyone. Ready to go?
Let's do it! To the Temple of Water!
Look, the Skyhold is on the move again.
It's headed for the Temple of Water!
There's no time to lose. Let's give chase in the rub-a-dub. Idia, take the helm.
Hold on. The rub-a-dub?
We have to call it something, right?
The man with the purple pen? The rub-a-dub? Where do you come up with these names? I can't decide if they're strange, or silly, or just way too obvious.
Oh, you don't like it? Well, I had other ideas. The Leisure Liner Bathtastic, Sauna Sloopy, the HMS Hot Spa?
Let's just stick with Rub-a-Dub.
Rub-a-dub it is!
Oh, wait, how about the battleship bubble bath?
Rub-a-dub, moving out!
Look, it's the Skyhold.
There's no doubt about it. It's heading for the Temple of Water. What just happened? The Skyhold! It's on fire!
Someone's attacking the Skyhold. But if not us, who?
Memory. The cruelest and most beautiful of gifts. We look back at the days gone by, and only too late see them for what they were. The more we come to learn, the greater our regrets. Our sorrows grow. You may learn truths you wish you had never known. But stay proud. What you believed in yesterday has not lost meaning because of what you learned today. Someday you will see for yourself, when you look back upon your life, that each day served a purpose in shaping you into the person you were meant to be.
The Skyhold's really burning. It's headed for the other side of the mountains.
Looks like it took some real damage.
Agnes, are you all right?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. There was a jolt just now, but... Oh, drat!
She seems fine. What's wrong?
That jolt scattered my knitting supplies all about the room. I simply can't find my red yarn anywhere. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Was there something you needed?
Someone attacked the Skyhold.
Attacked? But who?
We're not sure. Can you tell us how things are there?
I see considerable smoke, and everyone is racing about outside. It seems there are quite a few wounded as well. Oh, I do hope everyone is okay.
Got it. Given the situation, there's no telling what'll happen next. Take care of yourself. And Agnes, I can see your red yarn under this suit of armor behind you. The one on your right?
Oh, Diz, thank you so much.
Well, at least we know she's doing fine. Almost more than fine from the sound of it.
But what was that light? Who could be attacking the Skyhold?
A transmission from Fatloon. Appleberry, what's going on?
I was hoping you could tell me, Magnolia. We picked up a massive SP reading from Luxembourg just now.
SP? From Luxembourg?
The numbers were completely off the charts. You don't know anything about it?
We saw a huge beam of light just now. Could that be?
A beam of light, you say? We'll need to know more. Investigate it, Valbuster.
Roger that. I'll notify you once I've learned more.
Magnolia, what's going on? SP readings?
You remember the energy stored in my hourglass, right? That's SP. The instruments on the moon detected an SP energy signature. A big one.
Meaning there's someone in Luxembourg other than us who can control SP?
It would appear so. But my hourglass is a guarded treasure of the moon. There shouldn't be anything like it here.
It doesn't have any connection to SP that I know of, but why don't we ask around Florum? It's not far from here.
Good idea. Maybe someone there will know something.
An attack? Impossible!
I must deny that claim. There is nothing impossible in this world.
Aren't we carefree? Well, I'll tell you what else is possible if they hit us again. We'll go down in flames.
Did the blast rouse our little scamp from slumber?
Wouldn't that be peachy? I'll reinforce the seal before we find ourselves in an even stickier situation. What a bother. I suppose we'll have to hide out in the mountains for a while.
Hiding will bring us no closer to our objective. We must unmask the villain who attacked us.
Your Majesty, we're quite near to Florum, land of radiant flowers. As a stronghold of crystalism, I consider it suspect. If your loyal lieutenant might beg a boon, please entrust the task of investigating it to me.
Indeed, but your request is denied.
Your Majesty!
There is another better suited to the task.
Another? You cannot mean to unleash Geist. I would not question your Majesty, but is he not too unpredictable? His methods are inhumane. The threat to innocent bystanders.
It is his inhumane talents that will find the one responsible for this. Now is exactly the time to use him. Anna, let Geist take his pick of soldiers and dispatch him to Florum at once.
With pleasure, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, are you sure this is wise? Knowingly putting innocents in harm's way? Sire, I must repeat myself for good measure.
Your objections are duly noted, Nikolai. I bear full responsibility for any evil. Furthermore, if I sent you to Florum, who would tend to our wounded here? The consummation of our struggle is at hand.
I've always wanted to visit Florum. It truly is as radiant as they say.
A beautiful land of flowers where only women can live. Nourished by the pristine waters of the water crystal. Cité de fleurs. I've never seen a city bloom so beautifully. Ah, when was the last time everyone was this stirred up? Don't slow down now. Come on, let's get back to staging.
Staging for what? You don't think... Let's go find out.